Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam. If you love luxury fashion, then you're definitely going to love my channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and check out my Instagram below for all of the latest updates. And today, let's get right into it. In today's video is very special to me because back in 2025, in the month of July, I did take a trip to California that honestly changed my life. So yes, you guys do know by now that I did move back to California, so I am now a local again, and I love it so much. I am so happy. But the video you are about to watch is everything that happened during the trip that changed the course of my life to move back here. And you may notice by the thumbnail that yes, I may be in love again, which is so exciting. You may notice this ring on my finger. This is a very, very special ring. No, I am not married. Yes, I am still technically single, but there is somebody extremely special to me. To be honest, I may be falling in love again, and it's honestly so great and so exciting. But again, this is the trip that changed it all for me. So without any further ado, let's see what the events that took place and see what changed my life forever. We begin this vlog on the plane to the one and only California. We can see just how beautiful it is when we are landing, and then once we do pass the mountains, we can see how packed and busy the city is. We're now on the way to my rental car, and I did just get my rental car. However, I'm staying in a couple different places this time. So the first place I am going to is San Diego. Now, we have never seen San Diego ever before here on my channel, so there's going to be quite some driving footage just because I love to show you guys how to get around town. And San Diego, it's such a new experience for us. However, first I'm staying in San Diego, then I will be staying in Mission Viejo with one of my good friends. Then after that, we will actually be staying in North Hollywood, which is such a story time to come. However, one thing that's really cool is we do actually get to see the Welcome to California San Diego sign. So that's so cool because you know me, I love seeing all the signs. But something else that I absolutely loved was the castles in the back. They are so cool. So let's take a moment and check out these castles. Wow, it's so pretty. Oh my god, there's two castles. Look at these pretty castles. Honestly, they're just so cute and so pretty, but like honestly, just look at it. It's totally giving me like Peach from Mario Kart vibes for some reason. I know like her castle just look a little bit different, but I think it's just like the white tone and like the blue windows. It's honestly so pretty, but I'm gonna guess that this is like a church or maybe even like a synagogue. So if you are familiar with this area and this building, please comment it down below. However, the scenery driving to San Diego, it's so beautiful because we are taking the freeway, but the freeway is right next to the ocean, so you have the blue skies and then just like the ocean is just making everything just so much more vibrant. For a good reference, you can see that I'm 16 minutes away from SeaWorld. We're not going to SeaWorld. That is where I will be meeting one of my friends, Sky. And it's just so cool because, you know, I'm so excited to actually like hang out and get to meet finally. However, again, like just the scenery is so perfect. The palm trees, it's just so California. So, you know, when you arrive here, you just so feel the LA vibe and the California-esque. And honestly, it's just such a je ne sais quoi that I don't think like any other state really compares to this one. I love it so much. And then to top it all off, we can see the bikini billboard, which is just so San Diego beach vibes. So you know me, I love it. We are now with Sky, and his car is so cute and adorable. It's like a cute little toy car. And it was so much fun actually. But today we are actually now checking into the hotel, but we will be going to the actual beach as well. And I'm really excited because before this trip, I've never been in the actual ocean. And I actually do get in the actual ocean, but it's not until later once we're in Malibu. However, the San Diego beach is like the most beachiness of all beaches that I've ever seen. I mean, this literally looks like where they shot, what's the show called? Like Baywatch? Yeah, Baywatch. So this is totally giving this vibe. You can feel like the nice hot sand on your feet and when you're walking on the rocks, and it's just so therapeutic. Honestly, everything is just so gorgeous here. I did actually see a dolphin in the distance, so that was absolutely everything to me, and they make the cutest little squeak. But we can take a moment just to listen to the nice pretty waves. This is also where I got one of my favorite shots ever of my Versace crystal tote bag, and this is honestly one of my favorite bags. I do have an entire video about it if you would like to check that out. But again, the waves and the beach, it's just so beautiful. And this spot right here actually reminds me of Newport Beach because me and one of my ex-boyfriends always used to go there. And it's just totally giving me like the same rock structure that it was in Newport. But we can feel the water and the waves on our legs and our feet, and it's just so great. Honestly, such beautiful views. Absolutely loved San Diego, to be honest. Heading back to the hotel, then dinner, but we do actually go to a grocery store as well, and I do get a couple snacks because I will be here for about 2 weeks. But I actually did see the big blow up things that I used to have when I was a kid. So it was just so nostalgic. And I was like, oh my god, I have to show my audience this. Now, I did not really take footage and record hanging out in the hotel room and dinner because it was a little bit private and personal. However, we are now on the way to Mission Viejo. Now, I will say that this view right here, it looks like there was like a prison there or something. I'm not sure if there was a prison like in this area, but it was so like isolated and kind of like creepy in a way. But you can see this beautiful house just like lost like and abandoned, and it's just so private. And it's like a nice little farmland. More blue skies, and again, the sky is so much bluer when you're by the ocean and the beaches. It's honestly why I love Malibu, because Malibu is always that color blue, and it's honestly just so beautiful. But again, we are driving, listening to one of my favorite songs. I also must point out that the houses here are so San Diego-esque, as the roofs are all the same color, but there's some roofs that are gray as well, but they're all like perfectly placed on the hills, and it's just like you see this in TV, but to see it in person with your own eyes, it's so cool. We are currently in Mission Viejo. It's just a really nice, low-key place, I would say. I just got back from San Diego, and San Diego was so great. The water, I actually went in the water, and if you know me, I'm terrified of the ocean and just large bodies of water, so the fact that I went in is like a huge deal. But I must say, I really am loving this time being here just because it's much more like free, down to earth. I don't have to film every single second of the day. I don't have this giant to-do list. I actually finally like live my life again, kind of in a way. So it's really, really exciting. But also I'm just you know, I'm in my natural hair moment and my like no makeup, no brand name era, even though I'm wearing Versace and Belmont. But still, it's just like it's just a different vibe this time, and just like happy and just I love it. As I just said, I didn't really record too much of my personal time with specific people because this trip was really just all about me. It's going on dates, hanging out with friends, not having my phone in my hand 24/7, and just kind of just living my life again without feeling like I have to record everything. Now, I do have so much footage for you guys. Honestly, it was such a freeing time. We are at Southcoast Mall right now because we are going shopping. So of course I did go to Versace, and I seen my favorite California Versace essay, which is Anne, and I absolutely love Anne so much. She's just so darling and so sweet. Now, I do actually have an entire vlog about coming to this mall, going to Versace, but there's also a Chanel vlog and a Prada vlog. So if you want to check those out, they will be linked in the description below. But we did see this beautiful shirt, and I still want this. The only reason why I didn't get this is because I'm actually planning to move to California at the time of filming this video. I do actually live in California now. But that's why the title of this video is The Trip That Changed My Life, because by the end of it, you will see. But now we are in Chanel, and we've seen so many great items. Again, Chanel does have its own entire YouTube video dedicated to Chanel and each store. They will be linked in the description down below. However, something that I usually don't show you guys when I'm in Mission Viejo is the gates. So I'm only going to show you just a small snippet of it. But you know, we are now in the gates of Mission Viejo because I will be with Chris. We had dinner, we had a great time, but I do have plans to meet my friend Rash Fear up in LA, kind of like the Larchmont region. So we are going to LA, and it is night. It's like 11 o'clock at night at this point, but when I am in California, I am just such a 24-hour person that it doesn't matter what time of day it is. If someone wants to hang out, I am always down. But by Rashfier's, there's this beautiful tree, and I just loved it so much. I got to meet one of my great friends, which is going to be such a huge, important part in my upcoming video, so just remember Rashfier. Now, it's so funny because driving back down to OC, I do see the infamous Irvine Cube that's always lit up so beautifully, but it's so cool because, like, now that I live here, I pass by it so much. I remember, like, when I first started coming here, I'd record everything and see all of these different sites, but now it's just so normalized to me, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm a local. Next morning, I am driving all the way back from OC to LA to once again hang out with Rashfir. We do have some beautiful lunch plans, and some really exciting things happen during this lunch. But to get like another view of LA, kind of like the smaller streets and side streets, we do have all of this right here, and I love it. Like, there's this really cute shop. I actually don't know what this shop is, but I think it's like cute, kind of like voodoo-esque, but it's probably like a tattoo place. Also, another thing about this video is right here is Realize Studios, and I actually was signed by them. I had a contract and everything. But again, like my ex-boyfriend at the time when I used to live here for like 8 to 10 years, this is the thing. I did get signed, but he was just so jealous and just had so much toxicness about it that he honestly made me believe that this wasn't like a legit place, so I never really did anything with it. But Rashfir is actually signed with them too, and he does so much. So I'm like, oh my god, this entire time, who knows what I could have been doing? And this is the whole point of coming back to California and trying to move back, which I do accomplish, because pretty much everything and every opportunity that I had when I first lived here in that super long relationship, if you do need a refresher, just watch one of my movies that I did post called The Sad Truth. That will be linked in the description and up top right here. However, I'm doing everything that I was supposed to do back then, and every opportunity that I felt was taken away from me. However, I must say I love all of the Barbie signs. Now, this is well after the Barbie movie even came out, but the Academy Museum was doing this like giant display, and it's actually still there. I think they have like a couple outfits from the Barbie movie, but it's just such a beautiful sign with the palm trees too. It's just so Barbie, and you know me, I love Barbie. So I just got a Larchmont, and I'm actually using my very first parking meter. Now, thank God for Ashfair, because I had no idea how to work this machine, but it was honestly so much easier than I expected. I was like so impressed with how simple and easy these are to use. However, we do go to this fabulous place in Larchmont. We do have some beautiful salads and some meals. However, I actually met Jane Lynch. She was sitting at the table right next to us, and oh, she was just so friendly and so sweet. As soon as I walked in, I seen her and I recognized her voice instantly. I was like, wait a minute, who do I hear? I hear Jane Lynch because she's so distinctive with her talking. And it was just so cool. I smiled at her, I waved at her, said hello, and honestly, sweetest person ever. And it just makes, like, again, California, anything is possible here. However, afterwards, we will be going to the Modern Family homes. Now, Modern Family, I love this show so much. I do have an entire video where we go to every single house. Cam and Mitch's is really nice too. I love how they still have the Halloween decorations from the TV show still out. However, the location of this one, I wasn't a fan of the location of the house. But again, check out the entire video and you'll see what I mean. But Jay and Gloria's, love them because I love Brentwood. Brentwood is like right next to Beverly Hills. Brentwood is actually where Marilyn Monroe lived, and I did actually pass her house, but I wasn't able to film anything because the gate was way too big, and I just wasn't able to successfully film it. But I did actually go to Marilyn's house, and that was everything. Driving through Beverly Hills, we can see these giant elephants, and the thing about Beverly Hills is on this main street right here, they constantly change the decor. And it's usually with an artist, so there's like a whole like artistic display. This one is all elephant. Now, I don't know the artist and what it means, but if you do know, comment it down below. Later that night, I did relax with Brian in Beverly Hills, did of course have my wine and champagne. relax with this beautiful balcony. But we did also have Panda Express too, which Panda was so good. And Brian is one of my really good, like, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills friends, but mainly like West Hollywood, but he does live in Beverly now. So honestly, such a nice guy, huge part of like my LA journey as well. So, shout out to you, Brian. Next morning, I did actually go to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, which is one of the most beautiful cemeteries I have ever been to. They even have peacocks, and right here we can actually take a listen. They so sound like dinosaurs to me, like pterodactyls. It's so cute. However, we did see the Judy Garland Pavilion, which is honestly so beautiful. I mean, we all love Wizard of Oz. Inside her pavilion, it was honestly so relaxing and so sweet. They actually did have a book to where you could like write to her and leave some very nice messages. I did end up leaving a note. It is in my Hollywood Forever Cemetery vlog as well. Again, there is an entire video, so definitely check that out. But it's so beautiful, so peaceful, and there's so many more people here as well. Like in this video, we do get to see like PeeWee Herman's grave, and Paul Rubin is just so sweet. But we also see Toto. How perfect is it that Toto is here too from Wizard of Oz? Honestly, it just melts my heart. I could honestly cry. Just look at the picture on screen of him. It's honestly just so darling and just like, rest in peace, Toto. We do see more peacocks as well, and one walked right next to me, and they're so friendly. I honestly thought it was so cool. And this one was right next to PeeWee Herman's grave. You may hear me talking. I'm actually talking to my new friend, Paige. I actually met her at the cemetery because I was so lost, and she helped me.
Hi. Yes, you're gorgeous. Yeah, we're talking to you. Oh.
She's actually the one that told me that Marilyn is buried somewhere else, not the specific cemetery, so we are about to go there, but we do see the beautiful Hollywood sign, which is just so perfect, right next to the Hollywood Cemetery. Here at Marilyn Monroe's grave, it is so beautiful and so surreal. Now, yes, she is buried right next to Hugh Hefner, however, Marilyn Monroe, I mean, name somebody more iconic and like worldwide known than Marilyn Monroe. And just seeing like old Hollywood, just like the fact that like she lays right there, it was honestly such a surreal moment. I did leave like a beautiful, cute little like kiss and rose, and it was just, I gave her so many cute gifts. But again, yes, she is right next to Hugh Hefner, which I love the Girls Next Door Playboy. Now, I know there's a lot of like scandalous stuff that recently came out about him with like the documentaries. However, the Girls Next Door is just, I feel like Girls Next Door is separate than Hugh, so, I still love it. Here we actually have Farrah Fawcett, which I had to include because how can I not? I love Charlie's Angels and she's such a legend. So the fact that, you just get to see so many cool things and people here, whether it's a cemetery or living, it's just so perfect. Now, this day is so interesting because I am on a date at this specific moment. And okay, I usually don't say this, but the guy that I am on a date with right now is an actual billionaire. The fact that a billionaire took me to the Academy Museum is one thing. Like, that's nice, that's sweet. We both love movies. And he knew I wanted to film the Lockma Lights. But this guy was so annoying and irritating. It was honestly one of the worst dates I've ever been on, especially because he thought he was everything because he owned oil on his property. He thought he was so cool because he had oil all over his land in the UK, and he has more houses with oil too. But he was like, I have to take you to the tar pits so you could see like the natural oil and the gas. And I was like, oh my god, like what kind of date is this? But he was just such an awful person. He actually insulted not only me, but my family. And I yelled at him. I told him that he was just so rude. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Like, you are just such an awful person. And you just don't speak to people this way. So I did get into this huge fight with him right under this rock, actually. But the rock itself is so beautiful. And I absolutely love this rock. I guess they had to like specially like lift it in. I know there's a story behind this rock. So I don't know the story, but if you know the story, comment it down below. Of course, here we do have the Lockmalites, which I'm really happy that I did get to see again, because the first time I seen this was in like 2016, but I hated that experience. It was just such an awful time. I was so unhappy going to the Lockmalites back in 2016. And then again, I come to the Lockmalites, and again, it's with on like a horrible date, and it's just like not with like the right person or the right people. But I'm still happy that, I did come back and see it, especially for this video. Next day, I did go to El Segundo to go to one of my favorite places in the world, which is the Mattel store. Now, you know me, I love Barbie and I love Mattel. We do have me and my Alexander McQueen and my Versace with my Balenciaga really going all out today. However, I do have an entire video that is coming up about what's inside the store. It's not posted yet, but it will be pretty soon. But I love the giant, like, Rock'em Sock'em robots that they had in the window, and they're, like, 6 foot tall, these robots, and they're just so cool. However, I will give you a small sneak peek of what's inside the Mattel store. This limited edition Beetlejuice doll. I think this is so cool. And the fact that they made Beetlejuice into, like, a female version with the hair and the outfit, honestly, really, really smart. You still have the classic touch of Beetlejuice with the headband, but honestly, look at her. She's so cool in the red, like I can never say her name. Winona Ryder. So perfect. Such a great doll, but totally looking like Wednesday Adam. Another cool thing is they have this giant Hot Wheel on the actual wall of Mattel, and this is honestly so cool because you know me, I have a lot of friends that are in the car world and they love cars, and I'm so getting into cars. And this one is just so fucking cool. Like, I fucking love it. Later that day, I'm actually just waiting around because I'm not gonna lie, I went on so many dates. I probably had like 1 to 2 dates a day on top of like my original plans with specific friends and stuff. So right now, I'm just in some random neighborhood, eating in and out, just, like waiting for a specific time to go somewhere. However, because I am waiting to go on a date, I don't really film anything this specific day until nighttime wherein I go to Panda. Just had my Panda Express. Waiting for Johnny. Now, this is when I'll actually be staying in North Hollywood because I am staying with my friend Donnie. He was out of town. He was on like a whole like European world trip. He took a cruise. He went to Greece, Italy, Spain, and honestly, just like so many other places that I can't even like remember everywhere that he did go. But I am just like looking at the cute little plane, not wanting to go home. Soon to find out I will be moving here. At the Mattel store, I actually did get a lot of really fun stuff. Like, I did get the 80th anniversary of the Mattel store Barbie, this beautiful one in the pink dress. I got a cute little Jasmine for my mom. I love the cute little, like, duck, like the rubber ducky that I got. It's Mean Girls. It's Caddy Heron. And then I did get Schitt's Creek because that's actually a birthday present for somebody when I go back to Michigan. But Donnie actually did give me my first Labubu, and I did get a pink one, which I absolutely loved it. Here we can get like a better view of him. Look at him. He's just like so like happy and sunny, and he will be in this video a lot. Now it brings us to the 4th of July, which I went on another date, and this was such a good date in Beverly Hills. We went to a rooftop restaurant, had one of the nicest meals. I had like a beautiful $90 steak, which was just so delicious. But again, like we can see the beautiful view of the city. Right here is my steak. It was so tender and juicy. Like, honestly, bravo. Honestly, some of the best food I've had at this specific place. However, now that it's nighttime, we can actually see some fireworks. I was actually surprised because there weren't really that many fireworks this year. But, we do see some in the back. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like an apocalypse back there because of like that red tint on the window. But still, beautiful 4th of July. I absolutely loved it. We do have me in the bathroom posing right after dinner. So super happy. I mean, this was such good lighting. I got so many good pictures in this bathroom. So shout out to them. It's like one of the nicest bathrooms that I actually seen. Now, I am going back to North Hollywood this specific night, and I do see the rustic spoon, which I actually pass this every single day now. And I love it because it reminds me of salad fingers, like the guy that's like, I like rusty spoons. Rust between my fingers makes me so happy. I love salad fingers so much, so comment down below if you love him too. But once I do get back to Donnie's, we actually seen a car crash, and we were like so shocked because it wasn't the car crash that shocked us, but the guys were fighting, like actually like fist fighting, and I did record it, but it just didn't save on my phone. I think I hit the wrong button, or I thought I was recording. I'm not too sure what happened. But as you can see here, you can see kind of the mess. So at this point, Donnie and I were just like sitting on the corners, just like drinking out in the open. We had a couple beers with us, and we were just like watching them fight. They were even yelling at the firefighters that came to help. Like they were like cussing them out, and it was this big thing. Now we have us just walking around.
They're still there, the cops.
Are they?
Yeah, you see the little flashing light. Well, I don't know if it's the cops, but I think it's, tow truck.
You have me smiling because that's always how you know that I'm very intoxicated when I get my happy smile. The next morning, though, I'm very excited because I have such like a large day ahead of me. Donnie will be taking me to like a bunch of really cool places.
Okay, everyone, we're going out in town, but of course we got my Prada Boo Boo. Isn't that just like the bee's knees? We got my little Medusa Fluffy, and then my custom Medusa Versace keychain they sent me. But nice vibe. Got the Prada shoes and the Versace shorts. You know, just a little turtle time. It's turtle time. Turtle time.
Comment down below if you know my Turtle Time reference. Okay, I'll just tell you right now. Real Housewives of New York, Ramona. Love it. But Donnie did take me to the 7-Eleven, which is actually all decked out for the new Jurassic Park movie. And I'm not gonna lie, this is actually really, really cool. And the fact that like they even have the giant fin up top, like honestly, bravo for them. Love the dinosaur and the giant like screams and the roars. But honestly, even on the roof, like the effects and like the quality of this is honestly so good. I was genuinely so impressed. But even on the inside of the store, like all of the aisles are shaped like the cute little dinosaur. So look, it looks like he's like swimming along like the donuts and great time. Same day, I did actually go to the PeeWee Herman house. Now, PeeWee Herman, I do have an entire YouTube video dedicated to this house and his gravesite as well. But it was so cool to see because it's technically from like the PeeWee Herman movie. But I love PeeWee Herman and I grew up on it and I just like watched it religiously. So seeing the actual house in person, it's just so surreal. And of course, here's Donnie too, looking like so cool. He's also so excited. But right now, we are getting some food at like Fergani's. I cannot even pronounce it. However, I do have my super cute brand new Labubu with its brand new Prada outfit. How adorable is that? Like, this is honestly just such a vibe. I loved it so much. But right now, we're technically in Burbank or Pasadena. I think it's Burbank, though. Maybe Pasadena. I don't even know at this point. However, I did have this beautiful drink, which the drink was so good. I loved it so much. Another really cool thing is right next to us, there was a coffee place called Stumptown. Now, my brother has this like entire fascination with tree stumps, so I thought it was so cute that there was Stumptown because it made me think of him. And of course, we have some footage of me just like walking around. Afterwards, we did drive to West Hollywood to see the Nightmare on Elm Street house with Freddy Krueger. It was so cool to see. Now, they purposely like put these plants up so you can't really even like see the red door anymore. But that's because there was this like TikTok video where this like girl insulted the guy in his house. And then ever since then, he's like very salty about like people filming the house and whatnot. But it's such a classic horror movie, so of course I came and I conquered and I seen the Nightmare on Elm Street. So this was so cool, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I had to take a picture in front of it, but the trees, like the really tall trees, kind of look like cute little like devil horns. So it kind of adds to the moment. But right next to it, we actually do have a house from Halloween as well, where the Michael Myers is chasing like the babysitter, and the babysitter runs out of this house and into the house directly across the street. So that's so cool. Now, again, I do have an entire Halloween video of the actual Michael Myers home as well, so definitely check that out. But this is such a cool area, and it's honestly just so cool to see. And once again, LA, anything's possible. Just like right next to you could be some iconic filming location spot. You can see the TV network guide as well, and I actually think that's just like so cute and adorable because like the TV network, like the guide, like I think we all used to remember those on like our parents' house and grandparents. So I just think that was like a cool thing to include in this video. However, next we go to the Hollywood Museum and we see the one and only dressing room to Marilyn Monroe. Now, Four Blondes Only is honestly just so iconic. Now, I have an entire video on this museum. It's a long video. They have 4 stories, and you just see so many classic movie props and just personal items from iconic old Hollywood stars. And honestly, this is a good video. So if you are interested in history and Hollywood and movie and film, definitely check this out because I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really worth it. They even have Lucille Ball's dressing room, and hers is for redheads only, and it's so perfect. This actually used to be the Max Factor building as well, and Max Factor was like the biggest thing back then, especially for makeup. Or if you like horror movies, this video is so good. Everything's timestamped below, but we are actually where they filmed the scene for Hannibal Lecter, like the entire dungeon and everything, and it's honestly just so cool to see. But they even have the actual costume of Pennywise, not the old Pennywise, but like the sexy version of Pennywise. So I have such a crush on Pennywise, Ghostface, Terrifier. I don't like clowns, but if they're a demented clown, apparently that's my type. However, right next door, we do go to the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum too, which again, I have a video on that will be linked right above and then below. This one just has a bunch of very weird stuff, but it does contain more Marilyn Monroe archival footage as well. So if you are a fan of Marilyn, then I recommend my Ripley's Believe It or Not video too. Now we are back in Burbank, and I'm just having dinner at this very moment. But then the next day, we go to the Getty Villa in Malibu, and this was so beautiful and so cool. I loved every single moment of this because it's all about Greek culture. And you know me, I am Greek. That's why I love Medusa. So this really hit home for me. But also, okay, so right here, my theme song during the time was by like Maria and the Diamonds, although I think it's just Maria now, but it's the song Cuntissimo. So listen to Cuntissimo and like go over this footage, and then you'll totally be in like the same vibe and wavelength that I was. I did get a lot of really cute pictures. Like this fountain was so beautiful. I don't know what this fountain is, but let's take a moment to listen to it.
So shocked.
We did see the Hercules statue as well, which again, you know me, I love Hercules, so that was so cool to see. However, after the Getty Villa, we will be going to my favorite beach ever, which is Malibu Beach. Of course, on the way there, we get to see the famous Barbie house. Now, this is actually Barbie's house, and it's so cool. And then the person next to it was like, okay, let's counteract that and make ours black. So, you know, this is such like a famous location here in California. Now that Donnie and I are in Malibu, we are at the beach, but we did make a cute little friend. Now, I think this is like a chipmunk. I'm not sure what this cute little guy is. It might be a squirrel, but I don't think so. But we did feed him. So Donnie and I, we did have like a lot of like peanuts with us. So we did feed this cute little guy. We made a friend, and it was so cute. But we're now walking to one of my favorite beaches ever. We can go ahead and take a listen to the waves, but it also was really windy this day. Even though it was windy, it was such a beautiful day because it was so hot out. Even the sea lion is out and he is just enjoying the moment. Just look how like majestic he looks. Oh my god, he's so cute and adorable. We did become like his cute little friend as well. We do eventually throw like a cute little like dog toy soccer ball that I did find nearby as well. And he totally went after it, and it was so adorable. Look at him, he's so adorable. He does eventually go back and play with it, but he wasn't too sure. He's like, I'm gonna come over here to the water first. And then now we have one of my favorite moments. However, it was just so great. Okay, so if you know the Real Housewives of New York, Ramona, you know, she did like this little TikTok dance, and I had to recreate it. So this is my like shout out to Ramona from Housewives of New York. I have my champagne, I have my joint, and we are just living it up and having a moment dancing on the beach to Madison Beer, Addison Rae, and Miley Cyrus. All such really good songs. And let's just, you know, take a listen and enjoy. honestly, cheers to a new life, new friends, and honestly, just everything that should have been mine in the first place. So, cheers just to new freaking life. And oh my god, I was so happy and excited. And oh, just wait till the end of the video. It's gonna get 10 times better. We're now driving back to North Hollywood. I believe that's where we're going. Again, I don't even know at this point because it has been filmed like quite some time ago. The next day, I do go to Rodeo Drive and I go to all my favorite stores. But I went to Valentino, and Valentino actually knew who I was because of my YouTube. They're like, oh my god, it's you. You're the one that actually does the YouTube videos. My wife watches you. And Harut is such a beautiful manager at Valentino. He actually showed me all around and showed me this $12,000 custom couture hat that they gifted to Kim Kardashian, actually. So again, like the perks of this trip, I'm just so where I belong, and just the opportunity and just everything that's going to be happening for me that you guys are about to see is just so freaking great. And oh my god, I'm just so happy because again, if you've seen that sad truth video, you know I wasn't happy for so long, but I'm finally back to myself, and just everything is just so like glitz and glam and special and dreams come true. So, just shout out to this video. 10 out of 10. You did even see like the super cute cat bag as well, which it's such an iconic collector's piece. So, 1000% I love this clutch. Way too fragile for me. I feel like I would totally break it. But for like a display piece, I would do it for display. Same day, I did go to the Chanel, and Chanel was so sweet. They actually let me film, and the manager actually took photos of me in Chanel. And he was like, you have to get this shot of these pearls coming down. So I was like, oh my god, yes, thank you. But then he was like, wait, we gotta take one of you in it, looking up. So I did that. We have the diamonds, the pearls, and it was just so special. Everybody I met here, especially everybody on Rodeo and Beverly, was just so friendly and just, just fantastic. Love them all. But of course, we do see some beautiful diamonds in Chanel, which of course I had to include because diamonds are a girl's best friend after all. But we also go to Balenciaga as well, and I had to include this footage because this coat is legendary. This is $10,000. The silhouette is everything. It's so Lady Gaga, and it's so like Met Gala, red carpet. I want this so bad. I would have totally gotten it if I could, but this is just like 10 out of 10. Just look at that silhouette. I was also able to make an entire video dedicated to Donnie's comic book store too. So if you want to support my Donahue, then definitely go check out the comic book store in Chatsworth, California. So good. It has an entire video. If you love comic books, if you love collectible toys, if you love random merchandise that you won't find unless you're back in like the 90s, then this is definitely the spot for you. So definitely check it out because I'm not gonna lie, they actually had something for everyone here. Even if you're not like a comic book nerd or anything, trust me, there's something in this video for you. In Burbank, they actually have this like street full of like Halloween stores with like cool oddities. And one of these stores actually had Sam from Trick or Treat. And I love Sam so much. He's just so fun. So I'm so happy that like I was able to see this, get a couple cool pictures with it. A lot of really cool like horror memorabilia in Burbank. After that, I did go back to West Hollywood. I was hanging out with one of my friends, Kaplan, and then I did actually see one of my first robots. Now, yes, this is like the first time I'm actually seeing one of these robots that deliver food. Now that I live here, I literally see it every day, probably like 50 of them per day. But on this vacation, this was like the first time that I actually got to see the cute little Wally. Now I have me intoxicated in the bathroom, as always, but just like posing, doing some looks, feeling myself up. Such a good time. So many good friends, so many good memories. Later this night, though, I do go to a comedy show, and I actually meet Jamie Moyer. Jamie Moyer has been in Modern Family, Two Broke Girls. She's actually really good friends with one of my family members. So that's actually how I was able to, just like go there for free and get to see her. But later this night was like the night of my life because I met a man, and this man is just so cool. So I was able to go to like my first like actual influencer party where Everybody is there. Honestly, people that I want to surround myself with that are kind of on like the same wavelength of me on stuff that I'm doing and things that I want to accomplish. So, like, the amount of people and influencers that I met at this TikTok party was so freaking cool that night. Unfortunately, it was my very last night there. I was there for like a day afterwards. It was just kind of like a personal day, packing up, just getting everything together, relaxing. But eventually we do land back in Michigan, and you can obviously see I had like the time of my life. I was just so happy. My best friend Heaven picked me up. This is the trip that changed it all. Because in my upcoming videos, you are going to be seeing me emotional, crying, packing everything I own in Michigan and moving to California. You will be seeing the cross-country road trips where Heaven and I drive from Michigan to California. We go to Aspen, we go to Vegas, we go to so many fun, cool places. So definitely stay tuned for that, and there is so much more to come. I must say, yes, my next upcoming videos is going to be all about the road trips, but there's so many great things on the road trips. Like when me and my best friend, when we get to Colorado, we go to Prada, Hermes, Chanel, Dior. We go to so many cool luxury stores in Aspen and just pretty much all over the country, and it's going to be such a great video. It will be split into different parts of it, so there will be like a part 1, 2, and 3, probably for each state that we are in or big activity. I do actually stay at the Shining Hotel, which is from The Shining, the movie, the Stanley Hotel. It's so freaking amazing and so haunted too. It's so haunted. Just wait till you see the footage from it. Me and Heaven, we did like a little ghost hunting, and it was honestly so cool. And yes, we did capture something. So there's going to be so many cool videos to come, and fashion videos as well. When I do land in California, you will see my life take an entirely different change. You will see me walking the runway, which is honestly amazing. I never thought that I would ever do like a runway on the catwalk, mainly because I'm 5'6", and I'm just too short for like the modeling world, and I've accepted that. However, it really just shows anything is possible because I do end up walking the runway, and I even end up in a short film which explains my current hair situation. I wanted to cut it so bad, but nobody would let me cut it, mainly because of contracts and reasons. So I am in a short film. I will be getting to that in my future videos. There's honestly just so many great things. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I really, really do. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and definitely stay tuned on my channel, because I promise this is honestly just the start, and all of the best footage is honestly about to come. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and have a great day. Au revoir.